So I'm sitting here writing this article about how FFLs and gun stores can stop being banned on Facebook. And I'm just realizing more and more that it's really hard for me to get these concepts across just by, typing and writing. And so I'm making this quick video on this topic. So yes, gun stores and shooting ranges can and should stop getting banned on Facebook and Instagram. And here's the process forward. So first of all, I want you to understand that Facebook does allow gun sales on Facebook. And to verify that, just go to Google and type in Facebook policy firearm sales, right? And then click on the first option here. And paragraph 1 does not apply to us. That's for private individuals. We are licensed dealers, right? So that's where paragraph 2 comes in. Firearm shops and online retailers are allowed to engage in commercial activity involving firearms and ammunition on Facebook. For example, offering a gun for sale, as long as all applicable laws and regulations are followed. So, and then it further goes on. This is actually a new paragraph to 2025. It says, keep in mind that posts about firearms in general are allowed on Facebook. This includes discussions about sales in stores or by online retailers, posts advocating for changes to firearm regulation or anything else that follows our community standards. So as of 2025, here are the changes that have happened. Number 1, Mark Zuckerberg in 2024 realized, and he went on the Joe Rogan show and he explained, oh my gosh, I screwed up. Censorship was wrong. If we want people to stay on our platforms, we have to give them the content they're looking for. So we were wrong about censorship. January of 2025, Facebook hired a liaison in secret. This is a guy that works in the firearm industry. Facebook hired him as a full-time liaison to our industry so that they could connect with people in our industry. And in March of 2025, that liaison and Facebook rolled out a series of new changes about policy on firearm content. Now, Facebook does not get everything right all the time, but now their policies have been very relaxed on selling guns, as long as they have reason to believe that you are following all applicable laws and regulations. So as long as you're doing that, you shouldn't get banned. And there is a process. If you do get banned, let me know. There is some steps we can take if you get erroneously banned, but it shouldn't happen. But I go on in this article to explain, why is Facebook still taking some posts down? They're way better, but why are still some posts going down? And I had a client of mine, a shooting range, and he said, Andy, and so I looked up their range and I went to the About Us page on their business page, and I saw that their listing was for gun range. And they had guns for sale in their posts and they got banned. Well, there's only really 2 ways that Facebook can understand that you're a licensed range. Number 1 is your category listed on your About page on your Facebook page. They only had gun range listed. So if they're selling guns, Facebook's like, well, they're not licensed to sell guns because I don't know about it. We need to have all applicable categories assigned to us that are relevant to our business. So if you are a gun store, you need to have gun store. If you're a shooting range, you need to have shooting range. So don't be afraid anymore to list what you actually are. Back in the day, we had to list, if we were a firearm instructor business, we would just list education on there, but we don't have to anymore. We can be specific on what we do. And so list what you do. That's number 1. And number 2 is every once in a while when you're running some posts, just remind people by, writing, hey, I say in this article a little bit later on, we are a licensed FFL, doing business and following regulations. Just every once in a while, throw that in with the post that we're selling guns. So number 1, you are allowed to sell guns. Number 2, categorize your page right. And number 3, every once in a while, go ahead and post out there that you are a licensed FFL and you do follow local and federal regulation for every gun that you sell, so that Facebook understands that you fall in those categories. All right, there we go. That should reduce almost all the bans that you get. If you do get banned, reach out.